Hi everyone, Basti's on the chat, and believe
Morning,
it or
everyone.
not, we're a bit excited because we're into another month, we're into another meridian, and it's this one, pericardium or heart protector meridian. Hooray, we can definitely do with a lot. We can all do with this because we all need our hearts protected, especially at the moment with all the stress around.
Absolutely.
So anyway, we started with lung and large intestine, if you remember, back in January, and we've come all the way around now, and you can see where we are at pericardium. That's between 7 and 9 p.m. So we're like getting towards the end of the year here. It's been an epic journey, and we're just slowly working our way around through the whole year. It's part of the fire element, the Pericardium Channel. So we're back to that whole emotional center and awareness and everything. The heart protector kind of protects the heart. The heart's the main thing. And I'm not going to click the next slide because it will be the point of the week, which we'll do later on. Okay, so I hope everyone's okay. Please say hi in the chat. Great to see everyone checking in. Brilliant. James from Somerset was the first person to post today. There we go. So there we are. Lovely. Nice to see some new names as well. I haven't seen for a while. So anyway, brilliant. Okay, so let's get straight on. We're going to be working on the heart protector meridian then for the next month. So that's going to be interesting. We'll find out where the channel is, how it links in, and how we can use it to regulate our emotions. I've got my books here. I'll be doing my homework, looking at Pericardium Channel, reminding myself of all the points and everything. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you later on. Okay, so we've just finished a whole epic month of the kidney meridian, which is really important because that's kind of like the root of our energy. So we're going to always revisit that and go back to that every time. But let's find out, first of all, which of the three burners you'd like to work on, because the heart protector is in the upper burner and it has links with the middle and the lower burner, which we can investigate. So let's go straight in and do our whole body scanning. If you've got any questions or you need any help, then of course Basti's in the chat. You can just post some questions into the chat and he'll definitely sort you out. And the other thing that I must remember to do is I must remember to make an announcement about the introductory weekend that is coming up in September, because we're trying to open it up to community members. We're trying to encourage community members to come along, people who have joined the community, who are coming to the Wednesday class. We'd really love to see you at that weekend. And I'll explain a little bit more about that when we do point of the week. Okay, so cool. Let's start off by just standing. We're going to tune in and we're going to tune into the three burners. We're going to particularly take account of what's going on here in the upper burner today because it's related to the heart protector. Okay, so here we go. Standing, relaxing, and now we're going to scan down through the head, all the way through the head, slowly scanning through the eyes, the ears, jaw, and the throat. Okay, we're going to go down through the shoulders and down the arms into the hands, just checking out, seeing how you're feeling. And then through the core of the body. And this is where we can check out the burners as we go down. So let's start off with the upper burner this time, which is around here, which is around the lung area and the heart protector, which is the pericardium. Tune into that whole area. And that reflects through also into the upper thoracic. So we're just tuning into that whole area. And then we're going down, checking out the middle burner, that's around the diaphragm, round into the lower back, into the lower thoracic here, which is around here. So it's this kind of band here, we're tuning into that. Brilliant. And then we go down into the lower burner, just checking out that feeling right through into the lower back, all the way around here. Okay, brilliant. And then we go into the hips, down the legs, down to the knees, ankles and feet. Okay, so now we're going to just take a kind of overview look at our whole, or feeling or sensing our whole body energy, and we're going to focus in on the 3 burners as part of that. We'll draw the whole energy body and then the 3 burners all in one this week. So just get a sense of where your energy is, where you're holding, if there's anywhere that's blocked or weak or anything like that. And then turn that into a picture, and we're going to draw it. I'm going to draw my picture right now. See what it's, see what I look like this week. Okay, reminding myself of the burners. Okay, look, there's my drawing for this week. So hopefully you've got your scan all drawn out, and I'm going to ask you which of the 3 burners you'd like to work on today. The reason for that is because I want to see if I can fit in the link between the heart protector meridian, which I'm going to show you a picture of in a minute, and all the burners, okay? So let's have a go. Here we go. Which burner do you want to work on most today? I'm just going to share that. Let's just see how we get on. The last few weeks, it's been fairly consistent, middle and upper, with the lower burner trailing behind. So let's just see what we get this week. Look at that. Okay, it's time for the heart protector. Definitely time for the heart protector. So I'm going to just see. Okay, cool. Yeah. Excellent. Look at that, the upper burner is way out ahead, just what you need for the start of the pericardium channel. And I'm going to just show you the whole, what's it called, path of the meridian here in this slide here. Look, there it is. It goes from just outside the nipple, and it goes all the way down the middle of the inside of the arm, down to the elbow, and then down to the middle finger there. And actually there is, on the way, we'll be doing in a few weeks' time, we're doing one of the points of the week, which is one of the most famous acupuncture points or acupressure points out there. And I've got a little story about that. But we're going to start off with Pericardium 1 this week. That's going to be our point of the week, which we'll do later on. Okay, now you notice that the upper burner is way out ahead though, but of course the upper burner is connected to the middle and the lower burners, as we'll find out. I'd just like to go through that, build that up in the first part of the session, and then towards the end of the session, we'll go into a bit more detail with the pericardium channel, really clear it out and kind of regulate that. Excellent. Okay, here we go. Any questions about anything, just post them on the chat and Basti will help you. Okay, so the upper burner is to do with obviously the emotional center of the body, the lungs, pericardium and heart. So what we'll do is we'll start off by opening up the lungs, releasing the heart and pericardium with some shaking. We'll try and get our energy down into our feet as much as we can and through the middle burner into our feet, because what we want to do really is tonify up the lower and the middle burner, relax the upper burner, and just try and get them to start talking to each other. So here we go. We're going to start off with some shaking. So first of all, before we shake, let's make sure that we're relaxing our feet down onto the floor. Try and get that feeling of nicely grounded. Imagine your roots going down into the earth. I'm going to focus in on that upper burner now. Take some nice easy breaths. Okay, we want to make the external breath longer than the in breath, because we want to kind of regulate the nervous system, kind of calm the nervous system down. And let's start off with some gentle shaking. I'm going to start off in the upper body, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the shoulders. nice and easy. And again, we're going to regulate this depending on what you need. So if you find yourself really obstructing the upper burner and the upper shoulders and neck, you want to make it really strong. If you're feeling a little bit more tired, you can take it nice and easy and do some gentle straight shaking. If you're in the middle, kind of just adjust it to what you need. The main idea of this is to release the jaw and the neck, relax the throat, shake out the shoulders, relaxing the chest. Okay, so let's get some activity here in the upper burner. We're just going to stretch backwards and forwards. So we're both opening up the chest here. And this movement opens up the lungs. We did this last week. And if we open up a bit higher up, that's getting more towards the pericardium. So what I'm doing is I'm opening this way and shaking this way. It's good preparation for some of the meridian work we're going to do on the lung and the pericardium a little bit later in the session. So we're just going to try to get any obstruction out immediately in the early part of the session just by releasing. Okay, we can get that egg underneath the armpit. That's very good for opening up heart one. Okay, very good. So I'm just going to shake down into the middle burner. So we're going to just shake down from here, from the upper burner and the shoulders, down into the middle burner. That's the digestive system here, relaxing the diaphragm. And then down into lower burner, we're going to release the hips. And then right down into the feet. Okay, brilliant. So that's the shaking, got a bit loosened up and everything. So that's really good. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to take all this work we need to do here, and we're going to route it down into the lower burner first of all, and then the middle burner, and then we'll do some detailed work on the pericardium channel once we've got this established, because it's the kidney energy that roots down and connects with the fire element in the upper body. That's very important to keep ourselves calm and relaxed under stress. Okay, and we know where we're going to start, right? We're going to start right in the most important point in the body, kidney 1. I need kidney 1 now. That's a quote from Jane from several weeks ago, which I'm never going to forget. That was so funny. That was one of the things we had in the chat really early on. So let's get that kidney 1 really activated, and then we'll start building up towards the upper heater. Right, so here we go. Let's take this off. Okay, so we're going to first of all open up kidney 1. Stretching open the foot like this just to get the whole foot opened up. Okay. And tapping. Okay, brilliant. So just open that up a little bit more, a bit more of a tap. Very good. Okay, so that's kidney 1 on that foot. Okay, so let's get the other one activated. Pressing in. Tapping. Opened up. Very good. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to just get the kidney 1 effect. We're going to energize the lower burner, and then what we'll do is we'll connect that up with the upper burner and see what kind of connection we get. Okay, so here we go. Shaking out the legs, and then just standing, opening up that kidney 1 point, feeling our connection down, down, down into the center of the earth. Okay, so now it's checking in time. What we're going to do is place our hand on the lower dantian, place our hand on CV17. This point here is like the heart chakra area, and this is directly connected into the pericardium channel. So we're going to just hold those two and just taking ourselves internal for a second. In other words, focusing inside our body. Just see if you can get a feeling of connection between those two hands. And you might find that is difficult, and it can be difficult for various different reasons. It can be blocked here. There can be sometimes blockage in the middle burner that stops the connection, and it can be because the lower burner is relatively weak. So what we're doing now is we're just checking in to see what that feels like. Ideally, what we're looking for is a solid feeling under this hand in the lower burner, a really solid feeling, and a really open kind of relaxed feeling here, and a connection between the two. And if you're anything like me, you've probably got a bit of the reverse. You've got this feels a little bit weak, and this feels kind of blocked up and obstructed. And that's why we need some of these points on the pericardium channel to release that obstruction and to get that connection, because that connection is really important for calming the mind, feeling grounded, and everything. Okay, so let's build up on it. And what we're going to do now is spend a little bit of time getting that lower burner really energized. So we know how to do that. Right, we've got kidney 1 open. Next thing we need to do is open up the channels with the kidney meridian and the bladder meridian, and then we'll do some breathing to really get this whole energy system charged up, and then check in again with this connection. Okay, ready? So I'm just going to bend forward nice and easily. You can do this on a chair if you like, if it's too much for you to bend forwards. We're going to tap behind the ankle, which is where kidney 3 is, up the inside back of the legs here, nice and easy. Come this way into the lower burner, that's around CV4, CV6 type area. And then we come round onto the sacrum and the lower back. And then we go down the kidney channel, the bladder channel, down the bladder channel on the back of the legs. And then we pick up the kidney channel again here. Into kidney 11, it actually is, and then into the lower burner, and round and down again. Okay, here we go. One more time, up and round. There we go. Okay, brushing off down, shaking out. Okay, excellent. So now we should get that tingling feeling up the kidney channel. We've got the connection into kidney 1. So let's do some lower abdominal breathing now. We're going to hold the hands just below the navel, just around this area here, just below the navel. And we're going to open up kidney 1. And we're going to soften the ankles, soften the knees and the hips. So we're kind of tucking in slightly here, tucking the tail in, getting this area nice and strong and open at the same time. And then opening up the upper part of the back by releasing from the top of the head, floating the top of the head up. Very good. Okay, opening up heart 1. And now we're going to breathe into the lower dantian, the lower burner. Okay, we're going to focus our breath into the under the hands that we've got here. So we're going to breathe in, take the breath in. We imagine energy coming in with the breath. We're relaxing the upper and the middle burner. Bring the chi, or the imagination of the energy with the breath, into this whole space here, and then settling it in the lower part of the pelvic floor. So it's like a bowl. Come here. Holding it, relaxing the hips, and then slowly breathing out. As we breathe out, we imagine just the breath comes out. We imagine the energy from the breath stays underneath our hands. Okay, very good. Let's do a few more of those, breathing in. Filling this area up with chi or energy, and just letting the breath come out. Okay, breathing in one more time. Holding it, relaxing, breathing out. Okay, very good. Okay, so just shake out now, and let's do our upper and lower burner connection check again. So we're going to hold here, check out this feeling. Does it feel tense? Does it feel weak? Does it feel blocked? Okay, and the lower burner, what does this feel like? Does it feel a bit more solid now? We've done the breathing, and do you feel a nice connection between the two? What we're looking for is a feeling of solidity here and kind of relaxed strength, and a feeling of openness here, and a feeling that they're kind of connected together, like almost like with the band through the central channel here. Okay, so if you're anything like me, you're feeling this is quite a little bit stronger now. This is starting to relax, but I've got a feeling there might be something in the middle here that's blocking the two connections. But let's find out. Let's do some work on opening up the middle burner and check out and see what difference that makes to the connection. Okay, we've got various ways we can do that. Probably my favorite way is the twisting exercise. So let's see if we can do some shaking and twisting today and get that middle burner nice and open to get this connection between the kidney and the lower burner and the heart protector. Okay, so let's do, first of all, let's do some shaking. We're going to just shake this. Okay, you may be interested to know that pericardium channel is connected to the liver channel. We already know the liver channel is on the middle of the inside of the legs. Pericardium channel is on the middle of the inside of the arms, and they kind of share the same facial embryological connections, and that's why they're kind of paired. And we'll find out later in the month how that can be used in action with one particular point on the pericardium channel that is used for regulating the digestion. We'll find out about that later in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to relax the diaphragm, which is related both to the liver and to the pericardium channel. So shaking here is opening up the middle burner, but it's also going to radiate out and open up the heart protector channel as well. It's all very good stuff to do with today's particular theme. So let's get that diaphragm nice and loose. Okay, once we've got it bouncing, then it's time to do the twisting. The twisting opens up the liver channel, really good idea. Turn, keep bouncing. And bouncing still, just getting that diaphragm released, and twisting at the same time. Okay, very good. How about some doing? Let's do a little bit of doing to get those channels working. We can do this one, which is to do the liver, around the diaphragm, you notice, around the floating ribs. And then we can go through here into the gallbladder, right in the hips, and then down the legs. Tapping nice and gently down the outside of the legs and up the inside. Here we go. Now this is the paired channel in the leg with the heart protector. The heart protector is here in the arms. This is a really good one to activate. Come back up into here. We go round, down the outside of the legs. Up the inside. Nice and easy. There we go. Very good. So that's the gallbladder and the liver. We can also use the stomach channel and the spleen channel just to release this area a little bit more. And then we'll check in and we'll do our connection thing again. Okay, so if you take the stomach from here, nice and easy, just slowly working down the outside front of the legs. Up the inside. There we go, and we brush off and shake out those legs. Okay, how's that? Let's check in again and see how that's what that's done. That will depend a lot on how your middle burner is to see whether this has made a big change for you. So here we go. Does this feel a little bit more kind of solid? And then we place our hand here, relax the middle burner, and there you go. Okay. Feeling more that the two hands are kind of like connecting together. How strong that will be will depend on how much your middle burner needed moving. Obviously mine did. I can tell from my drawing that was really needed. Okay, excellent. So we've strengthened up the lower burner. We've connected with kidney 1 through into the earth. We've released the middle burner. So now we can work on the upper burner, which was by far the favorite burner of the month in the poll, way out ahead, streaked out ahead with a solid 63%. And so what I'd like to do is just like to remind you of the where it is. Let me just get the slides up again. So here we go. This is the pericardium channel. It links deep into the chest and it goes to the actual pericardium organ, which is around the actual heart itself. Quite often you'll find that you get more kind of action in that channel on the left side because the heart is placed a little bit more on the left side of the body. And I'm going to introduce you straight away to point of the week. We're going to do Pericardium 1. It's a tricky point on women because it is on the breast kind of thing. So we have to kind of pick it up a little bit higher up if you're working on a woman or if you're a woman doing the exercises. Okay, so here we go. Pericardium 1, heavenly pool or celestial pool, it's described as. It's the crossing point of the gallbladder and the pericardium meridian. So actually, it also connects to the liver and the triple heater. So it's kind of remember I was saying that the heart protector and the liver are related. It's right there in that connection. And if I look it up here, heart protector 1. The name refers to the pooling or gathering of the spirit in the chest region. And that's the Chinese medicine thing. The heart is really related to the spirit or the awareness. The heart and the pericardium govern the spirit, whose symbolic home is heaven. That's why it's called Heaven's Pool. The point's location and its influence on the storage of milk and breast is also suggested by the name. So basically, it's to do with the Heaven's Pool. There we are. And it's linked to the lung key. It also regulates the heart. and it opens the chest. And you can use it in various different ways. And I'll show you how you can use it to really help regulate the feeling of any oppression in the chest. Because one of the things we've noticed a lot over the last few years with the coronavirus pandemic, and also now because of so much stress around with everything else happening in the world, is the pericardium really often gets obstructed. And what that can do is it can almost give you the feeling of having a heart attack, because you get this kind of stiffness down the arm, and it's just the channel gets obstructed. If you do have any real symptoms, though, of course, get medical attention. But we notice a lot of people are getting similar symptoms because of the channel obstructed. I'll show you exactly where it is and how you can work it, and what kind of effect it will have. So let's first of all stand up, and the point, as I just showed you, I think is just outside the nipple. So obviously on a guy you can find it okay. It's right here, but on a woman you have to pick it up a little bit higher up above the breast tissue, and then work out down the arm into the middle finger. Okay, now there's a lot going on here. Remember last week we did kidney 27, that's right here, that's the end of the kidney meridian. So what actually happens is the kidney meridian finishes here, and the heart protector meridian starts right next to it, kind of thing, around here, and then it goes off down the arm. So imagine the kidney meridian comes up, and then the pericardium meridian connects to it out down into the arm like this. So when we're working here, we can focus in on opening up the lungs, connecting with the kidney energy downwards, which is around here, around where the clavicle is. And then if we go out to more to here, this area here is more related to the heart protector. And that heart protector channel runs down the middle of the arm to the little finger. And that's the one we can use a lot to help regulate the emotions and also shift any obstruction in the upper burner. So if you've got any feelings of the upper burner feeling a bit tight or constricted, or even kind of a bit weak and blocked, then this is the meridian for you. We're going to try it. So let's work it now. Okay, if you're a guy, you can start off right here on the chest. If you're a woman, you need to just avoid the breast tissue. You'll pick it up around here, and wherever you can get to this part of the channel that goes down here. Okay, so let's start tapping around here as close as we can to pericardium 1. Okay, and then if we take this arm and we stretch it out this way, you'll feel this kind of stretching movement here. Can you feel that? And that's the pericardium channel in the chest opening up. Really important place to work, and something we do all the time here in the Shiatsu clinic at the moment. Okay, so here we are. I'll give you a nice close-up of what I'm doing. Working here, I'm getting into this middle part here, and I'm going down the middle of the arm here. Now, if I stray a little bit further into the center, we've got kidney 27 there from last week. That's the connecting point that connects up the kidney channel, which runs up here this way into here. And if we go a little bit further out and we go into this part here, then we've got the lungs, haven't we? So we can do that. And then if we open up this way, and see what I'm doing, I'm opening up this way, you feel this tightening here as the stretch occurs. That tightening feeling there, that's the pericardium channel. Okay. So we really want to try and get that completely opened up as much as we can. Right through here, just let me put that on. Just going to flash up the channel again. Yeah, okay, so you can see where it goes right through the front of the shoulder there. Okay, so that's right, what I'm doing here, right through the front of the shoulder, and going down towards the middle of the arm, down towards here. And we'll do all these other points later on in the month when we get to them. But so for now, let's just get this here. We've got the kidney 27 there. Remember last week we tuned into that effect, the connection down this way, onto the heart protector channel or the pericardium channel, into the lung area, and then round and down the arm. Okay, so then we can go down the arm, onto the palm, and then round the back of the channel. We go up the triple heat just to provide us a nice circuit back onto the shoulder. Okay, here we go. Remember, kidney 27, pericardium, lung 1 and 2, and then picking up the pericardium channel right the way through, down the arm. Whoa, this is terrific stuff. And then back up the triple heater. Yeah, one more time. There we go. One more time. Kidney 27, heart protector, and then lung area here. Just going to open up a bit. And then down the pericardium channel, down to the middle finger, and then round and up the triple heater. Excellent. Okay, brushing off. Fantastic. Okay, now check this out. If we just do this, breathe in, breathe out. This is the pericardium stretch, right down the middle of the arm. I'm sure you can feel the arm we've done feels kind of tingly, the channel feels open, and this part of the chest is really starting to soften and open out. And that's what you call having an activated heart protector meridian. You need that. So let's do the other side again. Again, go as close as you can to pericardium 1, depending on how close you can get to it. And then we can go into kidney 27 area, which is this one down the lower part of the clavicle, right where it connects with the sternum there. And then this is the place we want to really release, right around here, the top part of the chest, which goes into the lung area, and then down through the front of the shoulder. Come and give you a close up again like this, and then down the middle of the inside of the arm, and then down and then back. Okay, so let's really get this area here, really release as much as we can. If you're feeling a bit weak, take it nice and easy, breathe into the area. If it's feeling really blocked and obstructed and you're really feeling a lot of benefit from tapping away, then I would get right in there and shift some of that stuff there. Let's see. Yeah. So once we go down the pericardium channel, like this, we're going down towards the middle finger, and then back up this way, onto the shoulders. Okay, awesome. Okay, excellent. So now let's just do a bit of shaking, opening. There we are. Okay, excellent stuff. So now let's check in again and see if we're getting anywhere closer to the ideal lower burner, upper burner connection. Remember, what we want to feel is a kind of solid, warm, comfortable feeling in the lower burner and a nice, open, relaxed feeling in the upper burner. And if possible, feeling a connection between the two of them. So let's try it. Okay, lower burner, checking in. Okay, and now let's try the upper burner. Whoa, all right, okay. If you're anything like me, you'll feel it a lot different now. There's a lot more movement there. All that doing's really opened up the heart protector channel. Much more active and kind of more alive. And now if we visualize a connection between the two hands, it's going to be a lot easier than it was 45 minutes ago when we started. That feeling of connection there, that's the relationship between the kidney energy, the adrenal system, and the heart. And that's really important because the adrenal system and the heart kind of regulate each other. The adrenal system increases the heart rate. So there's a lot of communication between the hormonal system and the heart. And this is a kind of symbolic and internal experience that we have with the energy work exercises of that feeling of connection between the heart and the lower burner connected to the adrenals and the nervous system. Okay, so this kind of feeling of solid here, calm here, is really something to work on. So well done, that's brilliant. Okay, excellent. So that's the burners, nicely regulated. So it's about time that let's see what we're doing here. We've got 20 minutes left, just enough time to get all those yang channels nicely opened out and putting it all together with some breathing. Okay, so we've got the burners connected, we've got kidney 1 open, we've got a nice feeling connection with the earth. So the next thing is to clear out those yang channels all the way down from the head, to lighten up the head, connect it with the heavens, open up the back and connect down into the feet. So let's go. Let's start off with the head and the neck. I'll give you a nice close up here. What we can do, we do a little routine on the head and face, and that involves basically the yang channels that go like this, down through the neck this way. So let's start off with bladder 1. This is the point just between the eyes, gently pressing in, relaxing our eyes. Just relaxing and wiping the eyes. Okay, and now we can tap or press the bladder channel, which is the one that runs over the top of the head and goes down towards the neck. Very good. Okay, and then we've got the eyes again, wiping the eyes. That takes us to the outside of the eyes, and then we can either stroke or we can tap the sides of the head from here. Okay, now we've got the triple heater channel and the gallbladder channel down this side of the head. Very good. Okay, and now we can work down, work the sinuses. I'm just gently pressing around the sinuses. Underneath. And round the and the gums. This is a really good place. We've got large intestine 20 here. Remember that? That would have been way back in February. I hope you can remember that far back. Welcome smell, and that comes round. We governs the upper teeth. Really good to relax those that jaw and the upper teeth. And then we can go around here. The stomach channel is related to the lower jaw. It comes into here. We've got some nice stomach points here. Not surprising that the stomach meridian starts here, because that's the start of the digestive system down into the stomach. Okay, so now, how does that feel? Just pulling the ears, face nice and relaxed. Those yang channels starting to open out. So we're going to make sure the energy goes through the neck. So let's do some neck work. I like to do this. I like pressing this way with the heel of the hand. You can also press in with the fingertips if you like. Okay, and we've got bladder 10 here, a really nice point for opening up the neck, and gallbladder 20 there, which is used for relaxing the eyes. So just working around the base of the cranium with the thumbs, just keeping it nice and relaxed. Really good idea. Lovely. Not forgetting the SCM muscle. This is this big muscle here, right in the front of the neck, the one that kind of turns the head, goes right up behind the ear. It's really good muscle to work, and I like to get hold of it and give it a good squeeze all the way down. Excellent. So that's the neck. And that, of course, goes onto the shoulders. We've got the triple heater and the gallbladder channel goes down onto the shoulders. So it's really important to get that nice and relaxed. And in fact, the yang channels as a whole go down and they kind of connect around T1. So that's a really, really important place to work. I'll just show you where it is. It's right around the upper part of the back, just at where the neck and the back meet. And is really worth doing some tapping and some squeezing and shaking around that area. What I like to do is I like to get my hand here, you can support here, and just tap around that area, loosening it up as much as you can. Okay, and then it's really good exercise to squeeze it in and then release it out. And quite good idea to lean forwards, because the head can relax forwards, stretching this out in a natural way. We can squeeze up like this. I'm squeezing myself up into that upper thoracic area and then releasing out by breathing out. Again, you can do that in a chair if it's a little bit too much for you. You can do it standing up, which is further up if you want, which has a slightly different effect. I like to just go forward a bit to squeeze it up and then release it down. Excellent. Okay. Now, once we've got that released, we can then go on to the shoulders. You've got gallbladder 21 right on the top of there. That's coming up actually. That will be in November time. I think we'll be doing that. Gallbladder channel. If you remember that from previous Wednesday classes, we've done that quite a lot. We're tapping on the upper part of the shoulder. Basically, the channels that run down the sides of the head run down onto the shoulder, and then they run down the arms here. Triple heater, small intestine, and the large intestine comes from the front of the head. So basically you've got this movement down the arms this way. Okay, so we need to, the way to do it is to get the tension here in the shoulder, work it down the arms, into the hands, and then brush off. There we are, rolling the shoulders, making sure that upper part of the thoracic is really released. It's really important. It's the meeting point of all the yang channels. Rolling, stretching. Okay, now you should feel a nice tingling feeling now down from the head, down through the shoulders and into the hands, which is great. So now the most difficult thing, unless you've got someone who's working with you, is to get the back. So we'll do the best we can, and we can do that by tapping down from the top. As far as we can, and then we'll see if we can pick it up from the other end kind of thing by leaning forwards, bringing the hands up as far as we can. I can just about get it. Tapping down the back onto the hips and then down the backs of the legs. This is the bladder channel. Down to the little toe and then off we go. So as high as we can, tapping down. Down and off. Brilliant. Here we go. And off. Okay, excellent. Really good idea to do some back bends as well, some really simple back bends, just to see if we can get the whole spine connected. A lot of this is internal. It's to do with stretching up from the top of the head, creating space in all the vertebrae. Okay, we don't want to compress any of the vertebrae. So when we're leaning backwards, we're not squashing the back, pressing the back down. We're lifting up the head and opening the vertebrae out like this. Okay, so you want to try it? So here we go. Breathing in floating the head up and breathing out, stretching back very, very gently, keeping the feet firmly on the ground, breathing out. Breathing in, floating the head up, and now floating down as if we're floating down through water. And what that does is it makes it feel like your body's supported and you're floating down. As you float down, we can release the spine and just hang for a second. Really enjoy that feeling of the spine opening out. Yeah, so just do that 2 more times, breathing in. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out, floating down. Breathing in. Stretching up. And breathing out, floating up, opening up the spine. Breathing in and breathing out, floating down. Just hanging and relaxing. Okay, and then we're going to slowly just come back up. The head is being lifted up by that imaginary golden thread, releasing and standing. Okay, excellent. We've just got just enough time to finish off the whole thing and put it all together. Before we do anything else though, let's just check in and make sure that let's see if we made any change again on this connection. So feet shoulder width apart, opening up kidney 1. One hand on the lower dantian, supporting the lower dantian. One hand on the upper burner. Whoa, that's incredible. I've actually got more change there. I don't know how it's for you, but I've got quite a lot of change there from just opening up the spine and releasing the yang channels. And that must be because, again, we're connecting between heaven and earth. Really nice feeling. And so different from what it was like about an hour ago when we started. Okay, excellent. So now let's just put it all together with some breathing. This is the external breathing, like this. And we're going to internally connect it with heaven and earth as we go through the exercise. Okay, and we're going to emphasize the lower abdominal breathing. We're going to relax the upper part of the body. So breathing in, down into the lower burner, down into the dantian, breathing in, floating the hands up, breathing out, floating the hands down. Very good. Okay, keeping that breath as low as possible, relaxing the shoulders. Breathing in. Very good. Okay, now let's focus on connecting with the earth. We're going to open up kidney 1. Keep that breathing nice and low. We're going to focus in. We're going to breathe in. Bring it to the dantian, and then as we breathe out, we send the chi down through the soles of the feet, down into the center of the earth, as low as we can. Very good. So that's establishing the grounding right down into the earth. Breathing in. Sending the energy down. Connecting with the center of the earth. Breathing in. Connecting with the center of the earth. Very good. Okay, now that calm feeling you're getting now is because of the yin of the earth. We can encourage that by imagining the yin of the earth coming up as we breathe in, and that will get that cool feeling coming up from the earth through kidney 1. Here we go. Okay, breathing in, imagining the energy or the earth's energy coming through kidney 1 and up into the lower dantian. Meets the breath. You breathe out, the air comes out, and the energy goes down into the earth again. It's like a circuit. Breathing in, imagine the energy coming up from the earth. Brilliant. Breathe out, send it down into the earth again. One more. Breathing in, and breathe out. Okay, brilliant. So just one more thing. Let's just get that head connected up with the heavens. Feel light in our body. Breathe in, float down. Breathe out, float up. Okay, now I'd like you to visualize the heart protector channel. We're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to relax the heart protector channel. Relax this area here, right down into the middle finger. Breathing in. Relax the heart protector channel. Just with your imagination, visualizing that line from here all the way down into the middle finger. Here we go. Floating up, breathing in. Nice and slow and steady. Relax the heart protector channel. One more, breathing in. And relax. Okay, very good. So now let's one final check, checking the lower burner, check the upper burner. Okay, now that is exactly what we want to feel. Solid here, and a nice open, soft feeling here, and a feeling connection between the two hands. Very good. Okay, really great start for the heart protector. And we've just got 2 minutes. I want to make an important announcement. If you're part of the community who are subscribing every month, thank you so much, by the way, because we wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for you, because this is what funds the Wednesday class. We try and keep it as open access as we can, but we rely on the community members to fund it, and we are in a lucky position to be able to do that. Thank you so much. Now, what we've decided to do is to say a massive thank you to the community members. We're going to inviting them essentially to come to the introductory workshop in Norwich on the 24th and 27th, free of charge. We've sent out a link, and just in case you're wondering why we're doing that, it's because we really want to try and make the classes more of a community thing. And so we're hoping to open up some of the classes through the year, the element weekends, just the Saturdays, to the community members, or basically anyone who's got a basic idea of how to do shiatsu. So if you come along to the weekend, even if you just did the first day, you'll get the basic idea of how to crawl around and apply pressure. It's completely open to beginners. So if you've been to the Wednesday classes, believe me, you'll know a lot more than a lot of the people coming into the intro weekend. I know some of you are living in Sardinia, like Simonetta, and probably a little bit too far to come, but you'll have to watch the live stream as usual. But if you are a community member and you would like to just kind of hang out with us, we would love to see you at the weekend. It's 24th and 25th of September. All the information's out there if you book. And like you say, if you haven't got an email link and you're a member of the community, lost it or whatever, just email us and we will make sure that you get the link. You want to email team@shiatsucollegenorwich.org. We'll go to the Shiatsu Centre website. Okay, will be really great. Okay, so here we go. That's it. We're out of time. Next week, we're going to continue our lovely journey down the Pericardium Channel. We look forward to that. Thank you, Basti, for sorting out the chat. And here is the channel again. And here is point of the week. So there we go. I'm just going to put a heart on the chat. There we are. Thank you. Lovely. Glad everyone enjoyed that. I really need it. Yeah, feeling calm is the way to go, isn't it? There we go. Yeah. So if you do want to come to a free workshop and hang out with us, then get in touch. All right. Excellent. See you next week. Thank you, Basti. Got to go.